After visiting the old town of Vannes, we will now take a boat trip through the Golfe du Morbihan. Why is the Gulf so popular with the French as a holiday region? The landscape here is characterized by a variety of small islands. Some are inhabited, others are uninhabited and wild. The Gulf is a small sea on the Breton coast. A very calm water. Natural habitat of many bird species. The tides are constantly changing the appearance of the landscape. At flood, the Gulf turns into an extensive body of water, while at low tide numerous sandbanks and small islands come to light. The calm waters and the coastal landscape are ideal conditions for sailing, kayaking and windsurfing. For 2 passengers, the journey is interrupted with a stopover in Port Blanc. They disembark here. The boat tour will of course continue. When and how did the Gulf come into being as an inlet? Here is a summary. It is always the result of the geological development of our Earth over millions of years. During the many ice ages, large parts of Europe were covered by glaciers. Through their movement, this country formed here. The retreat of the glaciers left valleys, gutters, and moraines. About 10,000 years ago, sea levels rose steadily. Thus the Atlantic could penetrate the valleys and the Golfe du Morbihan with its many bays formed. This landscape is very popular with the French, and this for a good reason. Here nature, rich history, and a relaxed attitude to life meet. Thus, the Gulf has become a perfect destination for the French and foreign visitors, with different interests. The houses and apartments built here over the decades are used as a second seat. This has continued to provide good transport connections. For families with children, the sheltered bays and shallow beaches are ideal. Active holidaymakers can cycle, hiking, or water sports. There are many wellness hotels and quiet coastal towns that invite you to relax. An important part of life in Brittany is, of course, gastronomy. In the Morbihan, it is above all the tasty oysters and shellfish that are always on the menu at the restaurants. Due to the versatility of the region, one finds what you are looking for. Be it relaxation, adventure, or cultural inspiration. Well, the Gulf is considered one of the most beautiful and at the same time most demanding sailing areas. It is the combination of protected waters, varied landscape, and tidal flows. It is a paradise for enthusiastic sailors of all levels of experience and enjoys its status throughout the world. water depths in the inlet vary greatly because of the tides and the geological nature. The edge zones are shallow water areas. At low tide, they fall dry in normal water. The tidal range is up to 5 meters. The water depth sways strongly in the main water gutters, usually between 5 and 20 meters. Sailors are celebration basters. Every year, numerous sailing regattas and maritime events are held in the fair weather months. The most well-known is the Semaine du Golfe in May. However, only every 2 years. There are ship parades, regattas, and folk festivals in the Gulf. The final parade at the entrance to the Gulf at Port Navallo is spectacular. Here are cutouts of the spectacle. After the rainy days of travel, we enjoy the warming afternoon sun in the slipstream. The even engine noise with the noisy water makes sleepy. Also, the passing landscape with the islands and seabirds is relaxing. The Golfe du Morbihan is also an important center of oyster farming in France. Tides, water quality and protected bays are ideal conditions for this. For many people, the oyster is a sea delicacy, while others are not enthusiastic or even despise it. What is especially as the location of the sea arm for oyster farming, which, by the way, has been since the 19th century. Was professionalized here. First, it is the tidal currents. They ensure higher oxygen in the water, which promotes the growth of oysters. Second, the mild temperatures and the protected waters contribute to even growth. Thirdly, the oysters receive rich nutrients from the mixture freshwater and saltwater. The predominant oyster species is the Pacific rock oasis. She is very much appreciated because of its robustness and taste. In many long rows on metal tables, they are rearing, which are visible at low tide. The metal mesh bags are regularly turned with the young oysters at low tide to promote their growth. For oyster farmers, is time-consuming and concentrated work. In deeper waters, metal grid baskets are used, which are hung. Thus, the Gulf of Morbihan in France has become one of the most productive regions for oysters. How do the Pacific Rocky Easter taste like? You can try it at home. In Germany, they can be bought from several fishmongers. The special oyster knife is even included. Just in time, we will be back for dinner at the hotel in Vaughan. This marks a beautiful, unforgettable afternoon for us. The local cuisine is waiting for us tonight. Of course, fresh fish and oysters play a central role. We are looking forward to